Hello, our next mission is to find out what the relationship is between the sum of the remote interior angles and the exterior angles. And we are going to use Geogebra.org to help us out with that. So I'm just going to move down here. So we're going to go to Geogebra.org. We're going to start the calculator. And again, we're going to need to change our settings just to make sure that we don't have our axis on the screen. So we'll get rid of the grid and the axis. The thing that I'm going to do is just make sure that my rounding settings are set to 0. And we can get started. So the first thing we want to do is create a triangle. So we're going to go over here to the toolbar. We're going to go down to the polygon, and we're going to have to select more for that. And we are going to start out with a triangle. The next thing we're going to do is measure 2 of the angles. Remember that we're going around in a clockwise order. So we've got angle B, and I'm going to measure angle C. And there I've got my 2 angles. The next thing I want to do is measure this exterior angle right here. And now in order to get that, we're going to need to create a line or a segment. I think the easiest thing to do is create a line that goes through points A and C. So I'm going to use the line tool. I'm going to click C and A. And now I know for sure that I've extended my line correctly. Now, if I want to measure this angle here, I'm going to need a point. So I'm going to go all the way to the top, select the point. And I'm going to hover on the line and then click it. Okay, I just want to make sure that I've done this correctly. So what I should be able to do is move this line around, and D should go with it, and it does. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is measure this exterior angle. So I'm going to go down to measure. And there I have my angle. So the next thing I'm going to do is sort of just neaten things up a bit. I'm going to go up and go to the move tool. I'm going to move this angle so that I could see it a bit better. I'm going to move this angle inside that 74 degrees and that 38 so that I can really see it. I still don't really like the way it looks because I've got some points that I don't really need to see. So this is where I'm going to use the edit tool. If you look on the left here, it says show and hide label. So if I select that, every time I click on a letter, it's going to go away. So I like doing this just so that we can just really focus on the important information. Also, I have that point there that I don't really need, and that point F, we'll keep that one. I'm going to get rid of the object. I'm going to get rid of that point. You'll see that it sort of goes away, but not really on the screen. But if I go back up to the move tool, then it disappears. Okay, so, and as you can see now, I can move any of these points around, and the angles still get measured, and that exterior angle will also get measured as well. So the next thing I want you to do is just to be able to go on and create a formula just to add these 2 angles together, alpha and beta. So we're going to go to the calculator tool. We are going to select ABC just like we did before, and then the Greek alphabet. And we are going to add angles alpha plus beta. Press enter, and it assigns it to delta, which in this case is 106. So what I want you to do is go ahead with the text tool here. We're going to go back to geometry. We're going to go to the ABC text tool. We're going to click on the screen, and we're going to write sum of remote interior angles. And then you're going to go ahead and write in your formula. So remember, we're going to go to advanced, then we're going to go to the polygon tool, and we want to add alpha plus beta. And for it to show up so we can see what that sum is, remember that the computer assigned delta to that sum. So we're going to select that, and then we're going to go ahead, press enter. Let's move that up. Go to OK. And there we have it on the screen. Okay, so what I want you to do is move the tools around, take 3 different screenshots of 3 different types of angles, and then use the information to figure out what is that relationship between the outside exterior angle and the sum of the 2 remote interior angles. Good luck.